Why would I want to be your friend because you feel like I'm pretty? What if I wake up one day and my hair's not done and I don't have lashes on and you don't think I'm pretty anymore? Am I not good enough to be your friend anymore? After a long, stressful, hard, and miserable 18 years on this planet Earth, I have realized that not only having friends is overrated, but it's also overhyped. And if you're someone who feels like you need to have a bunch of friends to enjoy life, then you're probably a lame. Sorry for the language. But no, seriously, literally New Year's has just passed and I see everyone talking about new year, new me, oh, new life. Honey, you've been saying that for the past 5 New Years and you're still a fucking big ass bully ass bitch who think you could bully people when really you're chopped as fuck. Like, come on. You're over here screaming new year, new you when you're literally hanging out with the same girls from 2025 you used to talk about every day in 2026. Like, I cannot make this up. Let's be so for real. And what I find even more ironic is the people that say they're cutting people off for the New Year's when they are actually the ones that need to be cut off. Like, come on. You literally are gaslighting your victims into believing that they're the problem. No, you are. You need to be cut off. You don't need to be doing any cutting off. And anybody you do cut off, you're doing it for their sake because they do not need you in their life. AKA a big fat bully liar. And if we're really keeping things 100, that's not even half of it, because half of y'all are still stuck in your miserable ways and you have no self-confidence and you feel like that you need friends just for the world to accept you. Like, how many times have you passed out on a social function or event because you didn't have anyone to bring with you? Okay, just clocked your tea, huh? Oh, for real, I feel like in 2026, everyone New Year's resolution should have been building a relationship with themselves instead of pouring into 1,000 relationships that doesn't do anything to them. Matter of fact, let me give you guys a quick story time. Now, make sure you're paying close attention because this is where things get a little messy. This is Kay the bully. This is Nye the baddie. Kay the bully and Nye the baddie were best friends. Following along? Until Kay the bully joined Naya's car, started effing on her exes, and even tried to get her jumped and detergent poured in her face. Wow! Now, I know things escalated pretty fast, but that all happened after Nye the baddie gave Kay the bully multiple chances of being her friend again after huge red flags. Red flags like talking about her behind her back, hanging out with people that talked about her, and maybe even gaslighting her into eating food off of the school floor without her even knowing. I know, disgusting and trifling, right? But because Nye the baddie was friends with Kay the bully for so long, she was blind. She couldn't see that Kay the bully wasn't her friend. She was probably jealous and probably wanted her life, but we're not going to even go there right now. If Nye would have just simply ended things the first time Kay the bully pushed her boundaries and disrespected her, she would have never been in a much worse scenario that she was ended up put in. This goes to show that no matter how long someone you think may have been your friend, if they test your boundaries, disrespect you, or just simply as being a bad friend, you need to cut them off. There's no point in trying to keep a friend just because you feel like y'all have had a relationship for so long. It's impossible for them to do that. I realize it's not impossible for anyone to do anything. You cannot put nothing past nobody, honey. I'm telling you. People wake up every day and they become a new person. You know, especially when we're talking about high school, middle school, and elementary school friends. We are going through so many phases of our lives. People are not gonna always stay the person that they once were when they met you, and neither are you. Sometimes you just outgrow people with no beef, and that's fine, but don't hold a seasonal person and force them into being a lifetime person in your life. It's never gonna go out good. It's better to just end things early than to end them too late. For the past year or 2 or 3, I have had absolutely no friends. And you know what? At first it was lonely, but now I'm living my best life. Oh, shoot. But no, for real. I literally went to a party by myself. No one. I didn't have no friends. I didn't have no nothing. But guess what? That was the most funnest party I have been to yet. You want to know why? Because I didn't have mixed energies and weird people throwing me off. I could enjoy my night the way I imagined because I didn't have to worry about pleasing or taking care of anyone else. When you put yourself in a position to truly be alone, you build a relationship with yourself. You learn things about yourself that you would have never known. You become a stronger person. Imagine living your life, and at the end of your life, you realize you only lived by other people and to please other people, and you never got what you want from this world because you never even took time to see what you genuinely wanted. During my last semester of school, there was this author called Ernest Hemingway. He actually created the iceberg theory, basically a theory that people can see the tip of the iceberg, but they don't know what's genuinely underneath. When I had quote unquote a lot of friends, from the outside looking in, you could see the tip of the iceberg. And at the tip, I seemed like a popular girl. I won homecoming. I had a lot of friends. I was going to parties and I was just lit. But underneath the iceberg, I realized that these people were not meant for me in the long term. Anytime I would try to expand and talk about things that I actually like weird things like Jurassic Park, dinosaurs, taking AP classes, I always felt like an outcast because these people were not on the same path that I was going on within my life. We did no longer share the same interests. And sometimes that can be okay if your friend group that you're with accepts you and accepts your differences. But in this case scenario, they started bullying me for it. They tried to act like I was no longer good enough to be their friends. I was the weirdo. And you know how you're just jamming and then all of a sudden you notice everyone's vibing until everyone in the room is looking at you weird, and then you just kind of shrink and you feel like, what am I doing here? That's how I felt. It was what was underneath the tip of the iceberg and no one knew. So I had to put myself first. I told these people that I was no longer going to be their friends and I was going to pour into relationships that better aligned with me. And that was the best decision that I have ever made. I am a freshman in college and I have met some pretty great, amazing people. And not to say that the people that I have met right now are going to be a part of my life forever, but this season of my life has definitely been much more purposeful, and I have felt like I have been around people that genuinely accepts me, and that's the only type of people you should be around. People who don't want to change you, but who embrace you. When someone first looks at me, they might assume that I'm a ghetto black girl with dreadlocks and that I'm not very educated. Not because they have taken the time to actually sit and have a conversation with me, but because they have just fallen for typical everyday stereotypes. But if we live our whole life stereotyping people and living based off stereotypes, how are we ever going to find people that genuinely connect with us? I cannot tell you how many times I have actually connected with people I would have never thought I would just due to stereotypes. There's so many robotic kids and video gaming kids that are my best friends, and guess what? I'm one of those robotic dinosaur video gaming people, and you might have never even expected that. I also cannot tell you how many times girls have wanted to be my friend just because I was pretty. They're trying to fit an aesthetic of what they feel like friendship should look like, and to be quite honest, why would I want to be your friend because you feel like I'm pretty? What if I wake up one day and my hair's not done and I don't have lashes on and you don't think I'm pretty anymore? Am I not good enough to be your friend anymore? In 2026, we should focus on building genuine relationships with people. And it starts by building genuine relationships with ourselves and understanding that everyone is different. If you don't want to be someone's friend anymore, just don't be their friend anymore. You don't have to treat them like garbage. You don't have to let them be your leftover friend. Just move on and live your life, because everyone outgrows everyone, and it's fine. Let's just not be so fake about it. My whole high school journey was literally unreal. I'm talking about, it was so mean girl coded, and I just hate that. I remember sitting in the car one time with two of my best friends at the time and also her older sister, and what is so ironic is she told us that you guys really need to live in the moment, because by the time you graduate you probably won't even be friends anymore. And we were all looking in the car like, what? We've been balling out since elementary school. We're in 9th grade right now. We're still gonna be friends. Newsflash, fast forward to my freshman year of college, none of us talked to either one. Like, it's crazy. Like, she was literally right. And you know, it's even crazier, I actually still talk to this sister today. That just goes to show that your life can change at any moment. You can become a new person at any moment, and although it's scary, it's better to embrace it than to push it away. Instead of being what the world and what society wants you to be yourself. That is how you will attract the most genuine people you will ever meet. But anyways, today was kind of a shorter video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I tried to do something a little different with the different background movements and storytelling. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you want more like it and longer videos like this, definitely let me know. I put a lot of effort into this video, and I hope you guys took away something from it. We are on the road to 10K subscribers, and we are so close. We're almost at 8K right now. So I thank everyone who subscribes to the channel. It's completely free. All you have to do is click the subscribe button and comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, vlog.